Happy day 5 of Flossmas. Day 5. Shall we find out what we get to open up today? Let's go have a peek. All right, let's open day 5. Did you enjoy day 4? The stitching on day 4 was really fun. I love stitching those motifs there. We'll talk a little bit more about yesterday's stitching. Let's dig into day 5. I've already gone ahead and opened my package, and I've even already got my new floss on my ring. We have a beautiful pinky red color for you today for day 5 called Polychanel. There it is next to the Grinch. And you can see the difference from the Holiday Punch. It's a beautiful color. A little bit of lovely variegation in there. And that's our floss for day 5. So that new color is going to be working, you're going to be working in this band and in the band directly below it. We are not going to be working in this band up here for day 5, just down here. And that's what we've got so far. Look at me keeping up. I have everything in my Going to Grandma's project bag. I love this fabric. It's got a little bit of metallic in it, a little bit of sparkle in the cars and in the trees. I love this color. Also included with day 5, everybody got a cup of tea today. So no matter what kind of flavor you got, I hope you enjoy having a cup of tea with me today. We're having a cup together. So I didn't have much of a chance yesterday to tell you all about the peel stitch-in that I was lucky enough to be able to attend on Saturday. It was so fun, you guys. It was so fun. Hosted by Kathy Culverwell. This is it's peel is sort of, you know, south central. I call it central Ontario. It's still southwestern Ontario. Ontario is a big province, and so Peel is sort of the not community area, but it's a sort of like Thames Valley is the area where I live. Peel is the area where Kathy lives. So Port Credit, Mississauga, that area. So the Peel Stitch-In was hosted by Kathy. We went, my friend Dawn and I drove up on Saturday together, and oh, it was so fun. So I took some video clips of some of the vendors that were there. There were 4 vendors there: Tiny Modernist, hand-dyed by Rolanda, ShibaDesigns, and Larney's Blarney. So I took some video. I also took some videos of the brag tables. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do something a little different because these video clips are actually lengthy. You know, each one is probably a minute in length. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop them in, and I'm going to narrate over top of them just to sort of talk while you see what I'm seeing. And that might be a little easier than me just telling you about their stuff. I can show you. You hear that? Guys, I've tried recording this 4 times. Luna's snoring like a train, so we're just gonna have to go with it. You can see the beautiful designs from Cheryl, Tiny Modernist here. Halloween, Christmas. I love that little sewing machine. I think that's so sweet, clever. Her color palettes are beautiful. That sugar and spice design, I really like that one. Stitching Mends the Soul. Oh, look at that, Nevermore. And Happy Fall, y'all. Lovely. Here are some of the show and tell pieces that Kim brought. I think that, oh, look at those Biscornus. I love those little reindeer in that one. That's a Brenda Gervais, isn't it, that one? And those Biscornus are just beautiful. Oh, I was tempted to pick one up, but I hadn't asked Kim's permission first, so I don't remember the designer name on that one, but I just think it is stunning. That's a Cooler, Sandy Cooler Designs. Beautiful. Cryptid SAL, I believe. And then look at Hocus Pocus, I Need Gin to Focus. I'm not sure who brought those pieces, but I really liked the gin one. Yeah, Supernatural. I think that's the Cryptid SAL. There's Barbariana Designs, and I'm not sure about the designer on this shoe, this floral shoe, but look at the heel with the thorns. Wow. I think these ornaments were done by Kathy. And look at that Joy pin pillow. That's a Jeanette Douglas pin pillow. Beautiful. Now we have the linens and fabrics by Hand Dyed by Rolanda. Beautiful linens, lovely color variegation in her fabrics. Nice modeling, beautiful shading. There's her card. You can see Hand Dyed by Rolanda at Etsy.com. I don't think there's an at. I think you saw it there. Now look at her floss. She had both silk and cotton. Pretty cool colors. Look at those, that magenta. Beautiful. Magentas and teals. Really bright, beautiful variegation. Lovely. Some sewn goods, and those are the scissors. Next up, we had ShibaDesigns. This is Melissa's table. She had some beautiful bags, lovely fabrics. This is another one of those thread beds. And I say another one. You're going to have to wait for a minute and find out what I purchased. Look at, she's got the vinyl front project bags. I think that's a tulip pink fabric, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken. Beautiful. Beautiful colors. Very well sewn, very well made. Last up of the day, we had a table from Larney's Blarney. Larney Takar had some amazing, look at those VW bags. Aren't they clever? Yeah, I thought those were really fun. To those mice scissor holders and vinyl front project bags. And then she had a folio here. I did open this one up for you so you could see what was on the inside. Some thread beds and snap, zipper closures. Yeah, the individual thread packs. And I loved the bird that was on the front of this one. It was really, really sweet. So I purchased a few goodies myself. From Hand Dyed by Rolanda, I picked up a pair of scissors because Rolanda had some Kelmscott scissors at her table, and I've been looking for a pair to put into my knitting bag. So I gotta show you. I picked one for myself of one of our new Christmas bags. So this is the pink and teal Nutcracker, because that's one of my favorite. I just love those colors together. And so I bought these scissors to go in a Notions pouch in my sock knitting bag. And that's where they're going to stay, because I have a habit of forgetting things, like one or two things. More on that in a minute. I have a habit of forgetting things, and it's always something like either scissors or a needle or floss or something. So I've decided that all of the project bags that currently house projects that I'm currently working on have to have their own little kit inside. Scissors, needles, you know the drill, right? So these ones are now specifically for my sock knitting bag, because I'm trying really hard to only work on one pair of socks at a time, or one sock at a time. And so I keep my DPNs, which I don't use until I get to the heel and the toe, because I use a circular. So I keep my DPNs in the same bag, and now I'm going to keep my scissors. I may have bought myself a little Christmas present that's a little leather notions holder that will hold a small pair of snips, 2 darning needles, and some stitch holders. Yeah, so those scissors are going to go in that special little pouch, and then that will go inside my notions pouch, so that it's kind of like, you know, a Matryoshka doll, where it's like a doll and a doll and a doll. So those kinds of things please me to no end. So yeah, you know what it's like, right? When you see something, you can't quite justify the purchase, but you know there's something special coming up, like a birthday or Christmas and something like that. So I thought, I'm gonna treat myself. Okay, I also treated myself to a thread bed from ShibaDesigns. So I purchased one of her small thread beds because I love this fabric. I love this fabric. I haven't made any bags out of this fabric. This is a new one for me, and it's just nice to treat myself with, you know, other fabrics and other makers' makes. I don't always have to only use my own seconds. I deserve to buy nice things too. So I bought this from Melissa. You can find her ShibaDesigns on Etsy. I will link to these vendors down below. These are all Ontario small shops. So this was for me. So this is a thread bed. It's got a snap, and it's got some felt for your needle. So there's her logo there. Snaps. It's really, really sweet. Simple and useful. My favorite. I also treated myself to a really lovely notion-y clutch from Larney's Blarney. And guys, look at this. It's got some of that blackbird fabric on it. Yeah, pretty, right? Look at that. It's beautiful. You see the vinyl in the front? So it's got a zipper pouch in the front, divided. So divided up there, so you can keep lots of fun things inside. Snaps, and there's a thread bed on the inside. Same for your needle. I find these things really useful. Useful things to have just to keep inside your project bag to hold everything that you need. So that's what I treated myself to. And thank you again, Kathy, for hosting such a great event. Okay, so I mentioned that I have a habit of forgetting things, and that is truly par for the course. Usually when I go to the cottage, I forget something, and it's something really important, like needles or scissors. This past summer, the last time we went, I forgot my scissors. And the only scissors that are up there are like the old dull kitchen scissors. No good. It was a little bit dire. I got through it, but it was a bit dire. So this time, Friday night, I was so prepared. I packed up all of my things. I made sure that everything was neat and tidy and organized. And I had a notions pouch. I had a notions pouch for each project. Everything was divided up. I had scissors. I had a corner guide in case anyone needed to start a new project. I had collapsible scissors. I had a fresh pack of needles. I had everything. I forgot my floss. I forgot day 2 floss because I was behind. If you remember, I still had to finish day 2 and it was already day 3. I forgot day 2 floss here at the workshop. And I thought, oh dear, what am I gonna do? I had just discovered this when this really nice lady came over to say hello to me. Donna M came over to say hello to me. She said, oh, you brought the countdown. I'm working on my countdown too. And I said, well, I've just discovered I've left my floss at home. She said, oh, what color do you need? And Donna, bless your socks. Donna lent me enough of day 2 holiday punch. So not only did I sell Donna the floss, I then stole some floss back from Donna to stitch my own chart. So Donna, thank you again. I think I'm gonna have to pop a little treat in the mail for you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And it was funny because afterwards, my friend Dawn sat down and I told her what happened, and she said, you know, I'm stitching that too right now. there would have been enough floss. And Zena was there as well. And Zena was also working on the countdown. And it was so fun to see some familiar faces, people that I'd met at Stitch North last year, and to get to see everybody again. So Candace and Diane were also at our table. Diane is the owner of a local yarn shop called Wool and Silk, which is near Shelburne, Ontario. So if you're looking for a local yarn shop and you're in sort of that area of Ontario, Diane is your girl. So yeah, it was such a fun weekend. It was a great day. And then Dawn and I drove home on Saturday night. And yeah, you know what happened yesterday because I told you all about it already in brief form. So the quick thing that I need to tell you about, if you know where I work at Evertote, which is we sell lots of nice products for cross stitchers, and we had an open house back in November. We had our very first one because I've rented main part of the downstairs of this building that I'm in now, and we've sort of set up the front room, not just the front room, but a few rooms down the hall as well. We've got them all set up for being able to invite people in for like an open workshop. And I'm not planning on having like a 9 to 5, Monday to Friday sort of retail space, but once a month, once every 5-6 weeks or so, we're gonna open up the doors and have an open workshop where you're welcome to come and visit us here at Evertote, and see the things that we have. Our linens, our Roxy Flossco linens and flosses. We've got them all. They're all here. And of course, all of our beautiful project bags. So this coming Saturday, December the 10th, from 1 until 6 p.m., we are having our second open workshop. So if you're in the area, or if you're close to us in the area, or even if you're not so close and you feel like driving up and having a, relaxing weekend to yourself, think maybe you might like to come to London, Ontario and come and pay us a visit. We'd love to have you. I'm working on parking. So basically parking, we have no parking at our building. I mean, there's parking on the street in front of our building, but we don't have parking for like more than, our cars in our parking lot. So a couple of things to keep in mind. There is a restaurant that's half a block away called Family Circle Restaurant. Their parking lot, especially on Saturdays, is very, very busy until about 3:30 p.m. in the afternoon. That's an easy place to park, but not really until after about 3:30 in the afternoon. I'm currently discussing, there is a church directly across the street from us, and I have asked if I might be able to use their parking lot a couple of times a month for this type of event. Of course, I've offered to pay for that that privilege, but they of course, understandably so, need to check with their insurance company first before they give us the go-ahead on that, and we haven't heard back yet. So I can't offer that quite yet, but there is street parking around where we are. And again, there's the Family Circle Restaurant, but not really until after 3:30. We are going to be hanging around here until 6 p.m. Matt, Leah, myself, and Daniel are working on Saturday. And we have a new face. We have a new face here at Evertote. His name is Terrence, and we have the staining and final sand stations for Hearthside Craftworks are set up here at the Evertote workshop, and Terrence is working on Saturday as well. So if you come and visit us, you might meet him as well. Okay, I also worked on my hibernation day by Heartstring Samplery last night, and so I've taken a really quick little video because I wanted to share some progress with you. So let's flip the camera around to show you a peek of that, and then I'm gonna say goodbye for the day, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 6. Can you believe we're already on day 5? And in fact, it is 4:20 in the afternoon. So we are, are you keeping up? You keeping up so far? Are you having fun? I hope that you're loving it. I am loving it. It's the first time I've kept up with a stitch along like this, and I'm really, really enjoying it. I couldn't believe that I had enough time yesterday to do the stitching for the daily stitch, and I must have been able to stitch for almost 2 hours on hibernation day as well, which was really nice. Yesterday was a good stitching day. I got a lot done. So, okay. Happy Flossmas Day 5, everybody. If you don't have your Flossmas chart yet, hop over to Patty Breaks for Boys and a Newfoundland Girl.com. $8 for the pattern, $8 Canadian. $6 of that chart is going to be donated to Muscular Dystrophy Canada. It's an adorable chart. If you let the end music, the Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairies, if you let that play all the way through, you'll see Patty's design come up. I'm going to leave that as the end video on every Flossmas day. So let's see how much money we can raise for Muscular Dystrophy Canada. I need to put up an auction. I'll probably do that next week. So, okay. I better get back to work. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Happy stitching. So I thought I'd give you a close-up of the hibernation day, what's coming along. So I am stitching this on, I had some panettone that was a little bit on the lighter side. I wanted to make sure that my color choices looked good because I knew they would show up really well on the darker dye lots of panettone, but I wanted to make sure that my white snow was going to come up well enough. And where's the, right there. There we go. I was quite pleased with that. And so I'm stitching it 2/2, 28 count with my own Roxy Floss Co. conversion. And I'm almost done those trees. I'm on the last one. I think I did those last night. And a couple weekends ago, I had quite a bit more of the house done, but as you can see, there's been some demolition here. I miscounted, and so I had to rip out the door and a window and a bunch of stuff. So that was a bit disappointing, but anyway, we carry on. So yeah, I am loving it. And Miss Luna is telling me